If you follow the channel, you've probably picked up that I'm somebody who likes to do things in game, something to have to work towards, and oftentimes, after the main camo grind of each Call of Duty, there's not much there to do afterwards. And on my end, I completed Orion early on. I dabbled in ranked play a bit recently before my schedule conflicted with my friends that we weren't able to really party up too much afterwards, where our ranks differed. But beyond that, there wasn't a whole ton to really work towards. But surprisingly, Modern Warfare 2 Season 2 Reloaded actually added a handful of pretty solid rewards to grind out and work towards. So today we're running down every single Season 2 Reloaded exclusive reward and what you should know if you're looking to earn some free and sometimes really cool stuff. As we go along, drop your thoughts down below, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Finally, check out G Fuel and use code Espresso for 30% off certain items in the month of March, linked below if you're interested. But for now, let's jump into the exclusive rewards of Season 2 Reloaded. So to start, the bulk quantity of the rewards come from the Season 2 Reloaded introduction of Raid Episode 2. 10 items from the new raid, 1 from the last added after the fact. A few of these are guaranteed to be earned if you do specific things, others are random drops, but let's jump into it. Firstly, let's start out with the higher level rewards here, the things that you actually might be wanting to get. Firstly, the big one to me is the Beastmaker Blueprint. Now, we put up a video detailing everything you needed to know about how to get this, and it's an Easter egg guide because it is a quest within the raid, something that's kind of a side quest to do while you're going along. Basically, what you have to do is you're searching for 3 key cards, one that each of your teammates in that raid will be able to pick up and have on your person. You have to kill certain AI in a certain amount of time to end up acquiring these, so it's got a bit of a time trial accuracy basis to it. But the more stressful part is that once you end up picking up one of those cards, you cannot die, otherwise it ruins the entire run. So basically you're trying to have a perfect run through 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how fast you can do these things of this raid, so you have the chance to end up earning an exclusive blueprint. Now, if you do this, you can end up unlocking a hidden bunkerish room in the silo, something that's like a side corridor locked off that these key cards will then unlock. But once you do, you end up unlocking that Beastmaker Blueprint. Again, if you guys want some really in-depth stuff, we put up a guide with a full tutorial, tips, and all that kind of stuff to go along with it. But the Beastmaker comes along with the FSS OLV laser, the Sock and Shred 40 muzzle, the 45 round magazine, the True Tac grip, and the Spetsnaz S10 stock. Truthfully, I think this is a really cool looking blueprint, and honestly, in terms of build, it's not half bad by any means. It's something that is pro-tuned for magazine capacity, aim down sight, and sprint to fire speeds. The unfortunate part being that you can't tell exactly what that tuning is like unless you want to negate the entire tuning of the entire weapon on every attachment, but it is the, I'd say, highest level reward you can end up getting here out of Season 2 Reloaded. Beyond that, you also then have another blueprint available on offer that is a guaranteed reward, that being the Triple Threat Blueprint. This is rewarded to players who complete the Raid Episode 2 on Veteran difficulty. Now, the differences between regular and the Veteran difficulties is honestly a decent bit, where on paper it's not too much, but the sort of stress level of it is absolutely amplified. Veteran run-throughs, you only have the ability to have 3 revives per checkpoint, but if you go over that, you fail. Puzzles are also slightly different. If my memory serves me correctly, I think it's really only the parkour platforming areas that were changed, where the platform locations change, and on the second and third platforming trials, drones will actually come in and blind you with flashbangs that you have to shoot them, or you might end up dying because of it. Also, you'll find tripwires everywhere and other smaller obstacles throughout in between those major trials. But you're going to be playing for keeps and for your life, but if you can end up doing that, it will probably take a little bit more time, a little bit more communication with your team. You'll end up getting the Triple Threat Blueprint for the Minibak. This coming along with the Canted Vibro .7 laser, the EXF Huntress 90 muzzle, the 9mm hollow point ammunition, the True Tac grip, and the Austriot stock. Honestly, I really like the look of this blueprint. It's got a nice little sort of target design on it, but the color contrast between the charcoal, the red, and the white, I honestly think looks really good. But that's something that's another guaranteed reward once you complete the Veteran raid. Now, another guaranteed reward is the Bad Boonie Operator skin for price. This is rewarded to players that just simply complete the raid, Veteran or not. It is something you'll end up unlocking that. Plus, if you do end up getting that bundle, you'll end up getting another skin alongside with that. But that's your final guaranteed reward here in regards to the raids. Beyond that, everything else has a sort of set loot pool that you end up getting, but it's on rotation. So you're not guaranteed on one specific run to end up earning one specific item. You very well could get a different reward than what your teammates do. So that's something that the best one out of the Raid Episode 2 loot pool randomized loot, I would say, is the Vicious Weapon weapon camo. This being a universal weapon camo found within the events tab within the all camos selection, but it's something that's sort of like a green tiger with a reptilian scale pattern on it. But honestly, I think it looks way better than the other raid camo we end up getting, that being the pure poison, but we'll touch on that in just a second. It's way more defined, but actually looks kind of sharp if you ask me. Beyond that, you have other lower value items like the flick loading screen, the golden delivery emblem, the dead eyes loading screen, the raid season 2 weapon charm, the coordinates emblem, and the golden red gaze player card. But again, all of that is randomized upon completion. So if you want to get every single one of those, you're going to have to end up playing the raid as many times as there are rewards. So it can get monotonous, but at the same time, once you start to get it down, you can speedrun it. I think my squad ended up getting a best time around like 15 minutes or something like that. So you can do it relatively quickly. It's just going to take a little bit of practice and getting in sync with your team overall. In addition to this, you end up also getting a 15-minute weapon XP token per completion of the raid. And if you do it on veteran, you'll get a 30-minute weapon XP token as well. But that said, there is still one more raid specific reward, that being the pure poison camo. This though is not for raid episode 2, it's for episode 1. This being added retroactively to the loot pool for raid episode 1, and it's detailed to be the 8th time completion. So while others are randomized that we saw within season 2 reloaded and the raid episode 2's update, it seems this is granted at the very end of that loot pool for raid episode 1. So you'll have to earn every reward before that, as opposed to getting it randomly at, say, 1 through 8. But like I said, that's the bulk in terms of quantity of the rewards. Honestly, though, it's still not the best overall rewards, if you ask me. I'm a huge fan of course, blueprints, of camos. And while we did get a couple of those, we did see more added in the way of multiplayer as well, because we do have the new Path of the Ronin Challenge refresh, where this event now, from now until the end of the season, seemingly, there is no set timer right now that we have, except for the season 2 remaining time, where we end up seeing new challenges introduced for 2 universal camos in particular. The first of which ends up granting you the Winds of Ash camo, where it's a categorical camo. So you'll see the challenges we have per category: 125 headshots with assault rifles, 75 headshots with battle rifles, 50 headshots with marksman rifles, 40 kills with a launcher, 75 headshots with an LMG, 30 kills from behind with a melee weapon, 30 headshots with a pistol, 50 headshots with a shotgun, 100 headshots with an SMG, and 50 headshots with a sniper. Once you complete any of those categories of challenges, well, that camo then is granted to that entire category of weaponry. So it's not something you have to do specific for the M4, for the 74U, for the 545 or 762. You instead, when you complete that 125 headshot challenge for rifles, you get it on every single rifle that is available in the game. So that continues on for every category, but then when you complete every single category, all of those rifles, battle rifles, marksman rifles, launchers, LMGs, melees, pistols, shotguns, SMGs, and snipers, well, that's when you get the overall mastery rewards here, that being the Bowing Blossoms camo, which is a much more clean version of that Winds of Ash camo, which is the cherry blossoms, but a slightly different hue and texture to it as well. Honestly, I really like the look of this here. I'm definitely going to be grinding it out and going for this myself, but you also end up getting a weapon charm as well for the mastery of the Path of the Ronin challenges. So an additional little bit that you end up getting along the way, something that is essentially a new mastery camo grind here, but in a much more condensed format, something that you can do within 25, 26, 27 days, whatever we had at the very beginning of the season 2 reloaded update. But definitely nice, I think, here in addition. Beyond that, the sort of asterisk here to round out the exclusive rewards for season 2 reloaded is right now something in Warzone and DMZ exclusively, that being the Warzone 2 one-shot sniper rifle. It is a Viscous XMR that is found at the end of the rainbow, along with a bunch of other loot, but it's not something that you could end up earning and is credited towards your account like you would end up doing the Easter egg for the Beastmaker blueprint for the 74U, for the camos you can end up earning alongside that. It's just simply something you use in that game. And just as we mentioned, it is a one-shot sniper anywhere on the body. Right now, regular snipers do 2-shot headshots, but you can hit somebody in the foot and it'll still down them with this. The caveat and the catch, there's only one per match and it's only found at the, again, end of that rainbow right now for St. Patrick's Day and the event going on currently. Now, one thing that is kind of interesting is that if you do end up getting this in DMZ, you can extract with it, to which it'll become a contraband weapon where the camo will still apply. You can jump back in, but sometimes I've also seen people bring it back into their next deployment and it deletes the camo. So it kind of gets rid of a lot of the main appeal to it. But also one big thing to note is that the one-shot properties do not carry outside of the match that it was earned in. So if you do extract with it in DMZ, you come back, you're not going to have that one-shot potential of that sniper once again in the next match. You'd have to go to the end of the rainbow once again and earn it again in that match if you wanted those properties. So just be aware of that, but that is the exclusive rewards here, all of them within Season 2 Reloaded and the update here that we've had. So honestly, I'm liking it. There's a lot of stuff to do. I've grinded out basically all of my raid rewards. Not really going to go back and play the raid episode 1 8 times to end up getting that camo. Don't really care too much for that one. I think I'm missing like a sticker or something like that as well, but we've gotten everything else essentially. I've gotten the Winds of Ash camo for a handful of different categories, going for that Blowing Blossoms camo. So I'm liking having stuff to do again within Modern Warfare 2. It's the first time since really Season 1 launch that I kind of feel this way. So I'm enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you guys like these exclusive rewards? Do you like the idea of adding mastery camos maybe every single season? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing learning all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and anything COD related. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.